Gather around, my fellow architects of the asylum. This is a summons to the front lines of a battle most foul and splendid against the forces of the dreadfully normal and the oppressively sane. We stand on the precipice of a new era, not just for the fine, deranged city of Portland, but for the very soul of America. They'll tell you we're mad, that our campaign is a sideshow act in the grand circus of political pageantry. To them, I say, I'm out of whiskey. No, really? I'm completely out of whiskey. We are not just running a campaign, we are lobbing a handful of tapioca into the smug face of the American political machine. They have their polls, their focus groups, their self-titled data-driven strategies. And what do we have? A profound and zealous dedication to the principle that life, in all its chaotic smoke and glory, is far too precious to be squandered in the pursuit of the trivial and mundane. Our policies, they accuse us of madness. Free shrugs for the masses, they scoff. Hard installations in place of traffic lights, they mock. But what they fail to grasp in their pitiable quest for order is that we are channeling the pure, uncut foreskin of freedom. Our platform is not built on promises we can't keep, but on the promise of nothing in particular, the potential for a life so vibrant, so full of zeal, so batshit retarded, that future generations will look back on us and say, there were the visionaries who refused to bow to the tyranny of boredom. We're not here to play by the rules of a broken system, groveling for the crumbs of legitimacy from a table that's been rigged against every one of us from the start. No, we're here to flip the table, set it on fire, and dance on top of it, like wild, free flames of humanity that we were always meant to be. Like, I think it's high time that we institute a high time, and it all starts here. My platform, it's simple. First, we abolish the mundane. We start with logic. The streets of Portland will not be patrolled by the iron fist of the law, but by the guiding hand of bald Girl Scouts with beards. This groundbreaking police force will not be armed with tasers and tear gas, but with empathy, Narcan, and a robust understanding of all known pronouns. We will institute a curfew on shoplifting, but all citizens must shoplift. It's a minor rebellion in a city where people already poop on the sidewalk. We're not talking about the degeneration of moral fiber here, but a tactical skirmish in the ongoing war against the encroaching blandness and tyranny of logic, a fleeting dance of chows in the rigged march of conformity. So to you, my compatriots in arms, I say this. Our path is fraught with peril. We will be mocked, derided, perhaps even vilified, but in our hearts burns the unquenchable fire of spirit within each of us. A spirit that does not flinch at the prospect of defeat, for it knows that the act of rebellion is victory in itself. Also, usually I have whiskey. Let them call us madmen, eccentrics, outlaws of the political sphere, for in the end, it is not the critics who shape the world, but those courageous enough to dream of it anew. And dream we shall, my friends, not of what is, but of what could be. In the days to come, as we wage our glorious campaign against the beige tides of conformity, remember this, we are not merely running for office. We are running blindfolded towards God knows what, where freedom is the currency and imagination is the law of the land. So stand firm, stand proud, and let them tremble at the might of our conviction, for we are the chosen few, the heralds of who cares, the purveyors of porch time, the walkers of wiener dogs. Together we shall carve our names into the annals of history, not as mere footnotes, but as the blazing comet that dared to set the night sky aflame. To victory, my friends, not as defined by the narrow metrics of the ballot box, but as measured by the indelible mark we leave on the human spirit. Let us march forth, unafraid and unashamed, for ours is the campaign that will be whispered of in awe for generations to come. Onward to the breach, with our banners held high and our spirits unbroken. For, in the grand scheme of things, what is more noble than the quest for a life the way you want to live it? That's where you come in, and why I need to be sheriff. When I'm sheriff, or as a steel-toe work boots will be mandated for no reason. You need me, and I need you. Hear me now, you beautiful bastards. We are misfits and prophets in an era of Facebook parents, TikTok teens, and Instagram young adults. The age of the squares, the unimaginative scrolling dullard, is coming to an end. Who needs social networking when real life is so much more fun? Our campaign is the herald of a new old dawn, where creativity is currency and your value to society is measured not by your stock portfolio, but by your contribution to collective art or joy or both. We're drafting legislation to declare war on the concept of boredom. Public parks will be transformed into free-range art installations, and there will be on-site trip sitters. Every citizen will be issued a government-mandated supply of psychedelic mushrooms and a personal journal, because in our Portland, introspection and expansion of the mind are not just encouraged, it's required. Vote for Pedro. It's not real anymore anyways. My esteemed adversary here champions a platform of rules and regulation. Big mad and caring about things. Noble causes, to be sure. If you're living in jail. But let me tell you, friends, the world outside these walls is far from jail. It's a wild, chaotic, beautifully unpredictable mess. And trying to tame it with policies and procedures is like trying to tame chaos itself. Our campaign is the antithesis of the sanitized, sterilized, and ultimately suffocating vision of society. We say, shrug more, embrace the chaos. Let it wash over you like a baptism in the church of what's happening right now. Our policy is truth, no matter how strange, freedom, no matter how frightening, and above all, a commitment to the fundamental principle that life, at its core, is an adventure. Buckle up, Portland. With me as your sheriff, it's going to be just fine. Here's a brief list of my plans once elected. 1. Some public offices will be decided by lottery, ensuring every citizen has a chance to serve. 2. Every night between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., certain highways will be designated as high-speed zones where the speed limits are 100% suspended. 3. No one is allowed to speak at a public event without consuming at least 2 alcoholic beverages in succession. 4. Every citizen must adopt a superhero identity, complete with costume and backstory. 5. It will be illegal to ban anything promoting ultimate freedom and personal responsibility. 6. I will replace traditional public transport with giant rideable mechanical beasts. 7. I will establish a citywide telepathic network for voting where citizens simply think their vote and it's collected by psychic poll workers on election day. 8. I will establish daycares operated by pirate radio hosts where children learn the art of broadcasting, music curation, and the importance of free speech from an early age. 9. Animals will be randomly selected to serve on jury duty alongside people. 10. I will designate specific public parks as areas where psychedelic substances are not only legal, but encouraged with on-site professionals to ensure safe and enlightening experiences. 11. I will abolish all smoking bans, allowing citizens to smoke tobacco, cannabis, or any other legal substance wherever they please. 12. I will implement a human cannonball commuter service for quick transportation across the city. 13, that's what I'm working on now. Tomorrow, the citizens of Portland will make a choice. It's not just a choice between 2 candidates, but between 2 realities. 1, a safe, predictable world where the biggest risk is that life becomes so plugged in, so diluted, so devoid of surprise that it ceases to be life at all. The other, which I propose, where every day is an opportunity for discovery, for adventure, and for living in such a way that when we reach the end, we can look back and say, Holy Mother, what a ride! I don't promise a smooth tenure, but I do promise to be a smooth operator. And I don't promise that every initiative will be a success, but I do promise that sometimes dialing 911 will connect you with a Rick Astley loop. I promise that under my watch, Portland won't get any better, but it doesn't really have anything to lose. It will continue being a beacon of the stupid and weird, the wild and the unabashedly embarrassing, a place where the only crime is common sense, and the only sentence, a life less chaotic. Dear God, man. Why did I move here? So here's to tomorrow. To Portland, and to the great glorious gamble of life, may we never find ourselves too timid to place our bets and see what happens. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Thanks for watching. I gotta find that whiskey, goddammit.